Not something we're stranger to. We keep dealing with it as we move along. Some of the things that are just, some of the people that show up regularly have the same issues. The fellow that had a lawsuit, it's 3.5 years and $2.5 million with a delay. Has caused. So those people constantly show up. The people that say, we're going to take their homes, they constantly show up, which we've never taken someone's home. So the same people in an area this large, it's not unusual to have that kind of people. When we go to these ward meetings, there's as many people there as there are here.
You have been criticized in the not so recent past for not having financing lined up. There's one bank, I think in Washington, Missouri, that's big behind you. How's the money flow? Can you pull this big vision off?
Well, you can't. Yes, I can pull the big vision off. Have you seen Winghaven, Kevin, or have you seen North Park? We pulled those off, and there are over 8,000 jobs in Winghaven. There's over 6,500 jobs in North Park today. There's over $1 billion worth of investment in Winghaven. There's about $600 million in North Park. So yeah, we've done it before. So I'm confident we can bring the jobs. As relative to the financing, this thing has to be approved to be able to finance the TIF. The TIF clock has to start. So the TIF clock has only been released on A and B. I can tell you, if I go into the A and B areas, the people in C and D were complaining because we weren't doing anything in their area. Well, we literally have projects in their areas that we are ready to start, but for the approval of the TIF, we can't start. So those are the kind of things that people need to understand.
Alderman Bosley basically said he'll block your legislation unless there's more public conversation about this. What does that mean for you?
I've got to sit down with Alderman Bosley, and I have many, many times, and he knows that, he acknowledged that, and it's just a matter of making sure he understands what the request is. He's been very open to us, and we've been open to him. I've been to his ward meetings a couple times, actually spoke to his entire ward and neighborhood meetings, and very, very soon.
What do you take of this idea of putting like a citizens advisory panel that some people were talking about?
We've heard that time and time again, and that's not a question for me to answer. The city charter provides for a very specific way that all this stuff has to take place. The people that want to put together this special kind of entity have no basis in law or authority, and I don't belong between them and their alderperson, or them in SLGC, or them in the community. It's just not the way the process works. Now, there will be neighborhood associations that will be broken down in various neighborhood associations. That's a different deal. They want different kind of rights, and I have avoided that since day one and will continue to avoid it. That's not the way the city charter is written.
September 11th, what's your gut tell you? Are they going to go with Paul McKee, or are they going to vote against you?
I don't speculate on any vote. The city has been with us since day one. It's been over, 4.5, 5 years since we've been in the public forum, and they've supported me all the way, and I would hope that they would continue to support us. We have great job opportunities, and we're working a lot of things to bring up north, but unless they release these last two areas of the TIF, we can't do anything in area C and D.
Yeah.
Then the people will be unhappy with me because we'll only be working in A and B and not C. A and B we're authorized on. Nothing's going to change it. That's authorized to begin work, but you can't finance the entire TIF without the two areas.
Thanks, sir.
That was going to be my follow-up question. If this doesn't end up passing or gets delayed, what is the real life consequences of that? And you might have just explained that, but
no, you'll always play the what-if game. Though the process continues. We've been at this 10.5 years. There's been objections raised, almost every day for 10.5 years. And we deal with it as we go, and we modulate and understand what's the best thing to have for the community and the thing that I can make something happen. I can't put the community in a situation that doesn't work, and they can't put me or the city in a situation that doesn't work. We've got to strike that. That's what I call embracing the tension. We've got to strike that balance. If they put restrictions and such that I can't finance the TIF, what good's the TIF? Then it makes no sense at all. So that's finding that proper balance between those two, which is so important.